Hello, hello, everybody. This is Rebecca, and welcome to Everyday Intuition. So, this is our first class, and we're basically going to be setting the stage of just kind of like our intuition, our awareness, some goals, and some personalized directions where each of you want to go as you further develop your intuitive skills, because intuition, and we're going to be exploring different definitions as well, just so we're kind of all on the same page. And the definitions I'm going to be sharing, like, they're not absolute, like, right, like, oh my God, Rebecca's definition is better than, Psychic Mary's definitions. No, these are just what we're going to be doing in the purpose of this class, so we're always on the same page when we're talking about different things. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, Intuition is intuition, psychic, mediumship. And then in the Facebook group, I uploaded a sheet with all these other different psychic abilities. Like animal communication, what's it called? Remote viewing, psychometry, pyrokinesis, right? Setting fires with your mind. I don't know if anyone on the planet can do that, but hey, it is an intuitive, quote, psychic ability. So anyway, wow, I lost my whole train of thought there. I got all stuck in the movie Firestarter and started seeing images of that movie. Anyway, back to the class. So everybody has different psychic abilities, but they're different, and no one is better. No one is more special. No one is more talented overall. Some people came in to the earth plane with some of their channels already open. Some people have to work a little harder at it, but kind of like anything in life. And I always use the analogy of I like football, and there's some players that have had a natural ability, but they still have to work with that. Some of the best players in any sport, but again, I'll go with football. One of the best wide receivers ever was Jerry Rice, and he barely got drafted, but he worked really hard in practice and really, really hard, honing his skill of receiving and making touchdowns. So, I read his autobiography because my husband bought it for me. But anyway, so just kind of think about, okay, you're in this class, you're listening to this class, you definitely have a desire to expand and to strengthen and to make more use of frequencies to create. I'm going to assume you want to create an extraordinary life. Now, everything I do, I'm always pulling in clearing energies, grounding frequencies. It's just part of, I think, my first, my first thing that I do as a healer. It's pulling in frequencies to support you, and I can already feel energies moving. So let's go ahead now and just take a deep breath. All of you who are live, or if you're listening, to the replay, take a deep take a breath. Yeah, take a deep breath right now. Really give yourself the gift of focus, and don't be listening to this while driving or while watching TV or while washing dishes, because we're going to be doing, it's going to be moving fast. We're going to be doing several practices, and you're going to be downloading a lot of energy. So give yourself the gift of focus and intention, and don't multitask, especially driving, because these energies can make you a little loopy. So take a deep breath and close your eyes and just feel and be 100% in your body. Just be aware of your body. Be in your body. And even if you don't know what that means, And now, even if your feet are up off the ground, like if they're kicked up in a recliner, I want you to experience earth energy. I want you to experience being connected to earth. We're going to be working a lot with earth energy throughout this class because you're on earth. So feel just right now, put all your focus and concentration on earth energy. And if you can now, put your feet on the ground. And is there any difference? If you had your feet up, you might have had your feet on the ground the whole time. And a lot of being more intuitive, being, quote, psychic, using mediumship abilities, communicating with your animals, receiving precognitive information. All of it is connecting to and interpreting different frequencies. And we're just going to be putting labels on certain abilities, practicing those abilities, preparing our mindset, preparing our energy field to work with our energy fields in a more expanded way. Okay. And now I want you to ask yourself a question. Are you 100% grounded? If not, what percentage are you? And if you're live on the class, go ahead and type your percentage of being grounded. Okay, so if you're only 80, why are you not 100? If you're only 50, why are you not 100? If you're 95, why are you not 100? And this is going to be the first niggling, pesky belief that we clear. So why aren't you 100% grounded? And what's coming up for you? I'm hearing someone think, I don't know how. Okay. I don't know why. And resistance. Okay, resistance. All right. Does the resistance feel like you want to be in control? Like your mind wants to be in control? Almost a little bit like I'm not going to do exactly what she says. I'm going to do a little bit of this on my own, a little bit of rebellion. Okay, a lot of us experience that. I have this annoying tendency to just kind of kick to the side and not fully participate. There might be fear of being excellent at something. What if you were excellent at this? There might be, I've already got this, so I don't have to listen. And it might be a play of all those energies. So just whatever it is, can you just be curious about what it was and let it go? You are stronger. You'll feel better. You'll have more clarity, focus, and intention when you're fully grounded. Fear of not being correct. Absolutely. What if I'm wrong? Then I have an excuse. If I don't fully participate, okay, and I'm not as good, or I get it wrong, then I have an excuse. So it's kind of giving you an out too. Interesting, right? Okay. Just take another deep breath. And Um, on a percentage wise, what percentage of you are you in your body? And again, you may not know what that means. It's like, I don't even know what that means. But are you fully in your body? And what percentage? It's okay. So, what percentage are you in your body? Ooh, one of you is 30%. All right. All right. So whatever your percentage is, a lot of you like to fly around the ethers. It feels good. It's a high. You can be connected into the ethers. You can be connected with like the farthest away galaxies and still be 100% in your body. It's just a matter of intention. You're stronger, again, you're more protected, and you're not going to experience psychic attacks, energies that are not pleasant to work with. You, you won't experience them. I'm laughing. Where am I? Let me look and see. My goodness. All right, so take a deep breath. If you're not 100% in your body, we're going to do this exercise. So take a deep breath, and I want you to, as you breathe in, I want you to imagine all your energy coming inside your body. So breathe in. And I even want you to pull your aura in. Okay, your aura is your energy field. And I want you to pull your aura in just by your intention. Just imagine you're a balloon, all right? And then the balloon is shrinking. And breathe in again, pulling more energy, almost like a vacuum is, or if you've seen Ghostbusters, I don't know, but in that vacuum that sucks in the spirits, just imagine you're just coming all fully back into your body. Holly, for you, remind me of one of our sessions to do an Arcturian soul retrieval. I don't. If you have a tendency to kind of be out and about, spacey a lot, in space, and you resist fully coming into your body, it feels like I'm just parts of you are stuck in other dimensions. Parts of you are stuck in other dimensions, and then you've grown used to it and you like it. Okay. Yeah. And a lot of light workers, spiritual people who work with energy a lot, get traumatized, stuck in other dimensions. Very, very, I'm just getting this information, but very, very powerful people who achieve a lot on Earth are embodied, right? They're here, they're strong. So you can have both. You can be very connected spiritually and still have a powerful presence on Earth. And that's what we're going to step into next. Okay. But before we do that, all of you now, what percentage are you embodied? Now, if you were 30, what are you now? If you were 80, what are you now? Oh, good. Someone jumped all the way to a 90. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, and that's a big jump. So that's really good. That's a definite win. Okay, good. Now, kind of like, so stay fully grounded or 90% grounded, 90% of your body, 80% grounded, 95 in your body. Okay. Just waiting for everybody's energy to settle in. Now, I want you to think about you being a spiritual being having a human experience. Okay, that truth. And we hear that a lot, especially in the spiritual community. And I remember when I first heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, that feels so good. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. But I also want you to really look at you are a human having a spiritual experience as well. You want both of those powerful and strong. You want to have a fully extraordinary human experience, I think, and you want to have a fully extraordinary spiritual experience. Now, I know for a fact you want that because you're in this class. So just, kind of like I want you to imagine that there is two sides of you, the spiritual side and the human side, your spiritual life and your human life. What's one thing you want more of in your spiritual life? Write it down. What is one thing you want more of in your spiritual life overall? Okay. What's one thing you want more of in your human life? Ah, we shifted to power to manifest easier. Okay. Well, wait. Notice how you asked for clarity and then the clarity is coming. Okay. So the power to manifest easier? I would say manifesting is in the spiritual realm. Let's put manifesting. What do you want tangible in your life? It could be either, but let's throw manifest in the spiritual. Now, what do you want in your human life? Yeah. Yeah, specifically or broadly, it doesn't matter. But something, tangible that you can really, no, that's more spiritual. What do you want? What do you want to experience? What do you want to have? What do you want to touch? What do you want to feel? What do you want to manifest? What do you think about a lot that's not there? Okay. Easy money and a healthy, strong body. Okay. That will allow you to help more people. That's your reason. That's your why. Okay. That's beautiful. So you want to learn how to peacefully manifest more easily. And you want to experience more money and a healthy, a vibrant body so you can help more people. Now write that down or take a screenshot of this. I'm not going to be posting the chat for this one. Okay. Oh, and how does that feel? So all of you now read that statement. Now, this class is titled Everyday Intuition. So we want to use our intuitive powers, our intuitive abilities, what we already have. We want to rely on that and then expand into more or not. I would hope you'd want to expand into more and to use more and to grow and to challenge yourself. But as you're doing that with the focus on manifesting more easily, so you can have more money, vibrant health, so you can just help more people. That's beautiful. How does that feel? Feels good to me. Okay. Now I'm going to give some other homework assignments to think about, but I'm going to type those up in the chat. Okay. All right. So I'm just kind of letting the energies continue to settle. There we go. Okay. I just want to give a little bit of kind of mind definitions for three major things. Okay. Being psychic and or being a medium. Okay. We're going to be playing with those two words a lot throughout this class. Being psychic or being a medium. And here's how I see the difference, or how I was taught. Psychic is like you're reading and diving into the energies around you, all the energies around you, and interpreting them and getting the information. Mediumship is you're getting information from unseen conscious beings, like people who have crossed over to the other side, guides, the angels, goddesses. Goddesses keep popping in. Okay. So again, I'm going to give an example. You have Joe and you have Jerry, all right? And there is a box, and there's something in the box. And Joe and Jerry need to figure out what's in the box. Joe looks at the box, and he actually sees a child playing with a little toy dog. Okay. The other guy, I forgot the name I used. I've already forgotten the names because I didn't write these down. Well, the other guy, he can't see nothing. Okay. He can't see in the box. He's not getting any images. He's not getting any feelings, nothing. But he sees standing next to the box an image of an Indian shaman. And he says, hey, Indian shaman, what's in the box? And the Indian shaman says, it's a toy dog. And sure enough, they're both right. They both guessed a toy dog. The one guy got it via mediumship, via talking to the Indian shaman. The other guy, the way I described it, got it through psychic energies. Does that make sense? Okay. Everybody has the ability to be and do both. We have our natural tendencies. Which is yours? Are you more psychic? Are you more of a medium, or are you both? Okay. And if you wanted to add them up again, I just love numbers and percentages. If you want to add them up right now, how much are you psychic? And how much do you think you are, you have mediumship abilities? I feel like there's spirits that want to talk to you and you're just rejecting them, Holly. That's why they're bugging you. Okay. So psychic 55, medium 45. Well, if you feel like you're medium at 45, yeah, that's probably. All right, that's making me laugh because again, I think I've told you this before, the Whoopi Goldberg scene, right? You're like, I don't want 5,000 of them like sitting at the foot of my bed then bugging me. So anyway, all right, so all of you, okay, so psychic, okay, I get you. I get you. All right. Um on doing both on to a scale of 100%. Okay, perfect. All right. Do you want to be, so just kind of like loosely, what's your goal? Okay. Do you want to develop those mediumship more those mediumship things? Do you want to develop more of the psychic realm so they're equally balanced? What do you want? Okay. And all of you again, just kind of like, okay, I want more of this. Perfect. Okay. Mediumship for more support. All right. Especially, a lot of people want to channel. And when you're channeling, that it's definitely it's a mediumship thing. Okay. Now, hold on, I gotta look at my notes. My notes. Now I want to talk about one of the biggest problems, right? And that is doubting yourself. Okay. Everyone's going to be on a whole different level and spectrum when it comes to the doubt. I still doubt myself. I really do. I feel pressure when people say, "Oh, I'm going to ask you some questions." And for example, I'll tell a quick story. I have a client. She was asking me about, a guy that she wants to get back together with, and I was telling her what I saw. Now, the whole time, I'm like doubting myself, rolling my eyes at myself, thinking I'm making it up, whatever, what our minds do. Okay. And then she went to, I think, a card reader. And basically, the card reader said exactly what I said. So I'm like, oh, wow, I'm so glad my information was correct. Or we saw the same things. Who knows, right? Is it? I don't know. And I think a lot of times we get into trouble with it's correct and right. Well, what does that mean? A lot of people say, I'm mad at my intuition because it was wrong. It steered me wrong. Well, maybe. Okay. Maybe not, but it's that remember, we're dealing with the human side, the spiritual side. The human ego wants to be right. It wants concrete. Okay. The spiritual side Don't you feel it's more open, more possibilities? This is what I'm seeing now, but it could change. So they're not in conflict, but they're it's like a different road. Does that make sense? Then there's some people who believe, oh, well, you're never wrong. Everything supports you on your path. So it just kind of all depends. Now, if you're doing readings for other people, part of why they're coming to you is to give them, quote, accurate information so they can make better life decisions. So there's all these things that are interplayed. So I forgot to ask, who wants to, use this for more personal reasons, or who wants to um, use this in a more professional capacity. And of course, both. If you want professional. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. The doubt. Let's talk about the doubt. I'm going to give you a very concrete, logical reason why we doubt. Because our brain creates neural networks, neural pathways, and we think the same thing over and over again. That's why. And then we have situations that have backed us up, like if you had a childhood where your parents supported you and encouraged you and told you how wonderful you are, and again supported your beliefs and supported your changes and supported you, it's going to be easier for you to trust yourself. If you had a childhood where a lot of times you were like doubted or told to be quiet or that you didn't matter or that you were wrong and all that stuff, it's gonna be harder, because I feel people raised in those scenarios have more of a defense mechanism set in. That's just me. That's how I feel. Okay. I don't know if it's supported by science. So you can have a wonderful experience, and you can have a great psychic knowingness and share it with someone, and they're like, oh wow, this is the best information I've ever received, and you're feeling really good about yourself, and you go to sleep, you wake up the next day and you're doubting again. Okay. If you're a natural doubter, it's just going to take a little more focused, concentrated work. It's going to take focused, concentrated work for you to shift those mind patterns. Okay? That's it. That's all it is. It's not that somebody else is better than you or different than you. It's just that you're just going to have to take more work for whatever reason. Okay? Hold on, So here's the best way to overcome the doubt, right? Here's the best way to pretty much shift anything. It's an evidence journal. All right. And for the purposes of this, it's going to be evidence of your psychic intuitive abilities are growing, are expanding, are accurate, are whatever you want them to be. So every day, let's rewind a little. Think of a time and write down a time when your intuition was right on. It was just right on. Okay. So think of a time when your intuition was right on. For me, I always go back to just to fill in some dead air. and some of you haven't heard the story. I've shared it with a lot of people, but when I was oh my gosh, I was on vacation with my husband in Sedona, Arizona, and I was tired, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. We were at like a resort, and my husband's like, oh, I'm gonna go down to the bar. And so I think the bars are open till about 2. And I remember waking up at like 1:30, and I had this thought. I'm like, your husband has a chance to, or James, his name is James. James has a chance to cheat on you. It was really clear. I don't know if I heard it or what. A knowing, I don't know. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I went back to sleep. The next morning, I wake up, we're talking. I said, hey, is there anything you want to tell me? He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. Did you meet someone last night? Did something happen? He turn white. I was like, about maybe 1:30, and he got really white, and he's like, oh, how do you know? Basically, a woman that he met in the bar invited him back up to her room. And he's like, oh my God, how'd you know? I was like, I don't know. And this is before I was even really on this, path. So whenever I doubt myself, I can think, no, I had that psychic experience. Okay. And since then, I have a lot of them. So my request of each of you is to every day write down something, because you're working with your intuition, you're working on your intuition, you're consciously going to be expanding your intuition. So every day in your evidence journal, I want you to write down something. And or think back, like, oh yeah, I remember I told Mabel that, her daughter was going to win the spelling bee, because I saw her getting a blue ribbon, and it came true. That's precognition, or whatever, that's psychic, foresight. Something that's going to happen in the future. Okay, so just start writing it all down. It's like, the whole tried and true, I thought of, a Jenny, and 2 minutes later, Jenny calls. So anything like that, every day, write it down. Okay. Write down 2 or 3 things, and pretty soon you'll have such unshakable belief that you'll never doubt yourself again. But it's going to take work. And then when old stories start cropping up, be aware of them. Feel the energy of those old stories, right? Feel them, and just say, you're just an old story in my head, and I'm letting you go. I am. Okay, and here's your next, here's our next assignment. And if you're live on the call, I want you to do it now. I am what? What is a statement, a powerful statement that you want to write down that claims your new expanded psychic and intuitive abilities? So I am what? I am thinking. And if I am capable. Okay. So if you're feeling stressed, we can do some work with these. Right, hold on. Let me see if I can channel one. I am capable and confident that my psychic and mediumship abilities are growing, expanding, and becoming more accurate. I am capable and confident that my psychic and mediumship abilities are growing and expanding and becoming more accurate. How does that feel? And y'all can use the same one. You can use it, one, you can play with it. Okay. And you want it to feel true, right? And you want it to be able to, like a beautiful seedling of an oak tree, right? That you know that when you give it sunlight and water and the right nutrients, and you beam it with intention and love, that it's just going to grow into this beautiful, mature oak tree, right? So that feels really good. So as you are writing, like in your evidence journal, here's another practice I want you to consider doing, taking your statement. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is right now, this whole term of I'm high vibe, and this term high vibe to me has become this, like, I don't know, a spiritual bypass mechanism of elitism. That's just how I see it. But when you're talking about energies and frequencies, if you think about the angelic realm and the goddess realm, nature, all of those are naturally in a higher frequency, because just by the mere fact that we're in a body, our vibration is going to be lower. We can raise, and I think that's why a lot of spiritual people think that by leaving their bodies, they're gonna, they can be in a higher frequency, and that is kind of true. It is true, but you're safer, stronger, more confident. You have more clarity when you're fully in your body, and you still can reach those high frequencies via intention while being fully in your body. Okay, just know that. Breathe that in. Okay. What you're going to, quote, need to be able to do to communicate, especially with mediumship, is raise your frequency so it matches the frequency of the beings that you're wanting to talk with or communicate with. Plus, the more and it's not even really a high vibration, it's also like an ability to see even more. And we're going to be doing some fun Gaia healing codes to open us up to more, but that's coming up real shortly. But what I want you to do is to read your statement, and for 5 minutes, even set a timer. Okay, 5 minutes a day, like, read your statement and then raise your frequency, feel your frequency, expand your frequency without an agenda. Just raise your frequency. And I mean, like but just do it for fun, for play. And that's what I mean without an agenda. And then, do these different things to raise your frequency, like smile. Even if you put a smile on your face, try it right now. Just I'm talking, so I can't smile. But if you're just put a smile on your face, you'll feel your vibration rise. Sit up straighter and open up your shoulders. That's going to raise your vibration. Think of something that makes you happy. That's going to raise your vibration. So do all those things and just play with your vibration for 5 minutes every day. And read your statement a couple times, okay, as you're playing with your vibration. It's 5 minutes a day. And the goal is to stabilize there and then be there. Okay? Does that make sense? So we have the evidence journal and we have the vibration riser. I need to think of a better name, but the raise your vibration practice. Okay. Now we're just gonna, any questions so far? Okay, so now what I want to do is just talk a little bit about spiritual protection, especially if you're going to be working with a lot of different a lot of different energies and frequencies, traveling to different dimensions, different portals. I could spend a whole hour on this. Some teachers do, but really I want you to just train yourself and be in the knowingness that you're a sovereign being and you're imperturbable to any negative influences, any and all negative influences. You are a sovereign being, imperturbable to any and all negative influences. And I don't care what those negative influences are: psychic attacks, demons, hate, jealousy, any of that. I'm going to say it again. You're a sovereign being, imperturbable to any and all negative influences. You can be aware of them, but unaffected by them. Okay? Even as an empath, if you feel what someone else is feeling, you're not taking on their crap. If you're putting yourself in chainmail or psychic bubbles or all of that stuff, you're really coming from a place of I'm weak and need protection. I talked about this before. And I'm just like, I can even feel my voice is shifted. So I'm just letting that sink in. Now, we are going to right now call in the Arcturian Yellow Dragon. The Arcturian Yellow Dragon, if you have a strong imagination or if you've worked with the Arcturian Light Healing System, you're aware of the Yellow Dragon. And the Yellow Dragon is your ally in all of this. It is a frequency that doesn't necessarily protect you, but it does. In words of, as an example, you're wondering whether you should go left or right. And the dragon tells you to go right, and the path is smoother and easier, and you avoid a lot of potholes. If you had gone left, you might have ran into a tree. So that kind of energy. Okay, it's an ally. It's like, let's say you have to go through a landmine, but you've got a bomb sniffing dog with you, and it's going to tell you, don't step there, don't step there. Okay, so it's just, or you could see those landmines with your own intuition, but sometimes it's more fun to have a partner. So it's an ally. The Arcturian Yellow Dragon is an ally and a partner. It can go ahead of you, and let's say you're going to be going on a road trip, and you just have a quick vision of, hey, clear the path for me. I want it to be easy and fun. Versus, oh my God, make sure there's nothing out there that can get me. See that difference? Come at your life with I am a sovereign being. And as I'm talking, I'm asking if you want to work with the Yellow Dragon. He is in your field, or she. If you already have practices that you know and you love and you do, of course, use them. Do what feels good. But I do want to encourage you to really come from a place of strength, ownership, sovereignty. I am the conductor of the orchestra that is my life. Okay. How does that feel? Powering, right? All right, so now it's time for dun 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 2 Gaia healing codes. All right. Now, I haven't come out publicly with the Gaia Healing Code system yet, but I have been working with them and sharing them every now and then. So we're going to receive two today. Receive and expand. Okay. With the receiving one, before I'm going to see how many times I can say receive in one sentence. Before you receive the receiving Gaia code, I want to tell you a little bit more about what it does, though. Okay, so this code is designed to energetically open your space up to receive beneficial frequencies, to receive what you're asking for, what your intention is saying you want to experience more of. Because there's a gazillion frequencies out there. You don't want to receive them all. Okay? So the receiving code, though, is going to dissolve blind spots that are preventing you from seeing what's possible. Okay? And it's going to increase your awareness to other possibilities. So it's going to dissolve the blind spots as well as increase your awareness to other possibilities. And it's also going to open your field so you're not rejecting what you're asking for due to counter intentions or limiting beliefs. So, I have a quick visual for you to close your eyes. And really, to receive this Gaia Healing Code, I want you to imagine that someone is handing you a beautiful flower. And this is the most beautiful flower you have ever seen. Maybe one that you've encountered before. It may be something that's completely exotic and different. And just reach out with your non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, reach out with your left. If you're left-handed, reach out with your right. Reach out with your non-dominant hand, and whomever or whatever that being is, thank them. And accept the flower. Take the flower, hold the flower. It may be important for you to know who this being is. It might be source energy. The being may be just the plant that the flower is growing on. Whomever, whatever. Receive this beautiful flower and just breathe in the essence of this code, of this ability to receive more, to open yourself up to new possibilities that have been waiting for you. Feel all the blind spots dissolve so you know that, oh my gosh, I have this opportunity, and I can say yes to this and this and this. And I'm so happy and grateful and appreciative for all that I am receiving. And now just watch that beautiful flower start to raise in vibration. And it's going to start shimmering, and it's going to burst into a beautiful symphony of different light particles. And those light particles are now just going to fall into your body. And you can feel the very DNA of your cells shifting and changing as you receive more. And notice, again, the earth under your feet as you are fully grounded. And notice how your human body feels strong and capable and prosperous and abundant. And so it is.